What's up, comic book fans? And welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got more Miles Morales with Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 20. And when we last left off with Miles, he had just encountered the fight of his life with Rabble. And if you guys missed that issue, then I'll put a card for you right at the top of the screen right now. And I put a link up at the end of the video as well. But it was also in that fight that Miles' clone brother, Shift, got banged up pretty bad. And because of Shift's distrust for hospitals, Miles was forced to bring Shift home to meet his family and his mom, who's also a nurse. So if you guys are ready to find out what the Morales' life is like now that there's a new mouth in the house and all of the action is cooled down, or has it? Then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So when this issue starts off, everything is going well at the Morales' new apartment. So well that Miles has even gone back to writing his journal. But adding Shift into the family has worked out well, and baby Billy seems to really love it most of all, since he's able to make the best funny faces for her. But even Miles' parents are loving having Shift around to help out with Billy. And Shift couldn't be happier either. He's finally got him a real family now. But today the boys are planning on visiting an art walk at the park. Although Shift isn't used to going out in regular clothes, so he's a little bit worried about what people will think if they see him. But Miles' mom makes him feel better about himself in a way that only a mom can. But Miles' parents also drop a bomb on Miles when they tell him that they've got to stick to babysitting duties today during their trip. Mom and Pops haven't had them any alone time in quite a while, and they plan to have themselves a little lunch date today. And I'm just going to have to pause right here really quick because I got to defend my boy Miles on this one. Of course, as a big brother, it should be no problem looking after your siblings. But as parents, you still got to be aware that it's not the kids' responsibility to get you your alone time. You had kids, your children didn't. It's not their responsibility to be secondary parents or babysitters. It's only their responsibility to be kids themselves. Of course, it's cool to help out family, of course. But you as parents are the only ones responsible for your children. Hopefully that didn't piss off anybody, but hey, I've been through that situation and I know a lot of other people that have too. But regardless, Shift is happy about having a brother-sister day. He's just happy to have him a family and he's got no problems with babysitting. But Miles, he can't be undone, so he lets it be known that he loves sibling hangs too. But when Mom and Pops head out on their date, the Spider Bros suit up and take Billy on a ride of her young life. And then they find them a nice spot to go change back into their regular clothes. And according to Miles, they got there fairly early, so they shouldn't be too crowded. But he's quickly reminded by Kamala, who shows up with Genki, that Miles and early are not two things that ever really go together. But Genki is hyped up to see his boy Miles, and Kamala just loves seeing how cute Billy looks. And she's digging Shift's new look as well. But Shift really enjoys seeing all of the artwork and all of the colors. And Kamala gives him the idea that he should show off some of his stuff there someday. But Genki, meanwhile, he's ecstatic to hear about how his Crunchyroll account helped save the day with that Rabble fight. But just as everybody is having a good time and enjoying the art, the people there start to flee in a panic. So Miles has Shift to keep an eye over Billy while he goes to suit up and find out what's going on. And when he does, he finds Black Obsidian there with his crew, and they're still in the art. And when Black Obsidian lays eyes on Spider-Man, he immediately knows that he just screwed up. And he quickly tries to cover it up and tell Spidey that it's not what it looks like. But that, of course, doesn't work, so he's forced to initiate the first attack. And he opens fire on Spidey in spite of the possibility of someone in the chaotic crowd getting hurt. But he and his crew hop in their van and they attempt to get away. But Spidey gives chase, so Black Obsidian chucks a flash grenade out of the window. But Spidey manages to catch it and sling it into the air with his webs. Meanwhile, the panicked crowd gets worse after the explosion, and one guy even trips and is about to get trampled. But luckily Shift is there, suited up, and he helps the guy back to his feet. And honestly, I'm not really sure why Shift is suited up. He's still got Billy with him, plus Genki is with him too. All somebody would need to do is recognize Billy or Genki, and Spider-Man and Shift's identities would easily get discovered. But hey, it's comics, right? Meanwhile, though, Black Obsidian is still doing his damnedest to get rid of Spider-Man. But of course, nothing is working. And then Spider-Man is able to web up Black Obsidian's van and slow it down, while an embiggened Miss Marvel shows up to wall off the van as it crashes. And Spider-Man and Miss Marvel are able to take down Black Obsidian and his gang. Then later, they're able to return all of the stolen artwork, and the day is saved. And then Spidey changes back into his regular clothes and meets back up with his people. And as they head back to the crib, they can all agree that they had a great time today. And they're definitely not going to mention anything about almost getting blown up. But then we pick up in another part of town with Hightail. And now that the Cape Killers have disbanded, she's just happy she can walk down the street without looking over her shoulders for the cops, since Mayor Luke Cage commuted her sentence. Although part of her does still miss the action though. But now she's staying with her mother and she's helping her out around her home. And she assures her mom that she's staying out of trouble now and she's keeping her nose clean. She's not trying to get caught up with the wrong people anymore. But she tells her mom that she's been having a feeling that she just can't shake. Kind of like no matter how fast she runs, her past is gonna catch up to her. So she tells her mother to just be careful and make sure she stays safe. And of course, her mother isn't scared of anything out there, but Hightail tells her that she hasn't seen the things that Hightail has. But then in that moment, while they're talking, the skies turn black as hell. And then all of the people on the street start to look above, trying to figure out what is it that's happening. And Hightail and her mom are doing the same thing while looking out the window. But Hightail warns her mother to stay inside and lock all of the doors. And don't let anyone in either, not even her. She's got an idea of what's going on here, and she rushes to go out and check it out. And when she gets outside, she's flabbergasted at what she sees, as hordes of vampires come dropping down from the skies, almost like a vamp shower. And as Hightail's first thought is, Aramir is returned. Blood hunt has started. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the issue. So what did you guys think about it? I really like how they had Hightail get involved when the vampires came down, because in case you haven't been following, some issues back during Miles's Bad Blood arc during this series, probably, I want to say issues 10 through 12, right before Gang War had gotten started, Hightail was under control of Aramir, and hopefully I'm saying that name right, Aramir, I'm not 100% sure. But while she was under control of him, she had fought against Miles Morales, the Spider-Man, and Blade, and Blade's daughter Bloodline. So it's kind of a full circle moment here. But as far as the rest of the issue, I was really happy for Shift here. Although Spider-Man saved the day like usual, what really stood out to me was that this had to be the most fun that Shift has probably had in his entire existence. So I was really happy for the dude, because now he can finally start living a normal life. Well, as close as a spider person can get to one. But how did you guys like seeing Shift as a full-time member of the Morales family now? And how did you like how it ties into Blood Hunt, if at all? And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you could do so by stopping by the Comics Icon store and pick you up some of this new merchandise, including the background music heard right here in this video available for download, or by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership, and there'll be a link in the description to join. But with your membership, you'll gain access to weekly interactive live streams with yours truly, and we can talk about everything that's been going down in these issues, as well as ones that you'd like for me to go over in the future and other comic book news. Plus, you guys will get loyalty badges, member shoutouts, and up to 20% off of Comics Icon's merchandise from the Comics Icon store. Now, if that isn't the easy way to help out and support your favorite channel, then I'm not 100% sure what is. Or you guys can donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do any of those, then you can still be a tremendous help to the future of this channel by dropping a like, share, and subscribe in the Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, It's about that time. I'm out.